Law enforcement across the state is beginning to use the Blue Envelope program in hopes of strengthening relationships with those who have developmental or behavioral disorders.
Keenan Mills has more.
It's a way for people who have some sort of mental illness to better communicate with law enforcement. They can put all of their information in this blue envelope, and if they're stopped by an officer or involved in a crash, they can present this envelope to the officer, and it has all their pertinent information.
The Blue Envelope program was brought to the state by the Down Syndrome Advocacy Project of Maine. If a person with developmental disabilities has an interaction with a police officer, they can give the officer the envelope containing a copy of their license, registration, and insurance. The envelope also has a section for other notes the officer might need to know.
You can write specifically what it is that may heighten your anxiety for the officers to see it. It could be that the noises from the radio might kind of set someone off. By giving them the additional information that you may not be able to verbalize, it allows them to know what's going on and then help you through it.
Police find the program beneficial.
Well, obviously, it boils down to safety, and it helps us more efficiently get through whatever situation, whether it be a traffic stop or a traffic crash. It hopefully makes the person who's presenting the envelope a bit more comfortable in dealing with the officer.
The program is already being used in several communities across the state.
As far north as Madawaska and as far south as Kennebunkport, but the state police are also involved, and they've been handing them out at their barracks across the state. So we have 25 departments plus 2 sheriff's offices and the state police, as I mentioned, so you can get them directly from those.
To get an envelope, just simply go to a participating police department. A full list of stations involved in the program can be found on our website. The Down Syndrome Advocacy Project of Maine also asks that you contact them if you wish to get your town involved. Keenan Mills, WABI TV5 News, Augusta.